The sky starts turning gold. I sing to myself just because.
Got some first world problems going on right now.
What is your first world problem?
My steering wheel is too hot.
No!
It feels so good, but it's so dang hot.
I wanna run through a field just to feel the wind in my hair. I wanna drive through the night 'cause I feel like going somewhere, yeah. I don't need a reason, I don't need permission 'cause I don't care.
Hi, Blair.
Hi, Brad.
Hello, tired one.
I'm very tired.
Yeah? So Blair has just returned home from South Carolina. Well, returned to our home from South Carolina. She left this weekend to go run a marathon. They gave her a medal and everything. She even slept in a race car bed the night before to build speed, getting ready for the race. Our nephew Tanner has a race car bed.
Yes. He offered his bed to me the night before. And I said, oh, I don't know about that. But thank you for the offer.
Piper was super excited when Blair got home. Is Mama home?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hi.
What's up, Pipe? Did you miss me? Thanks, girl. Hi. Hello. How are you? Are you so excited? Oh my gosh. Yeah.
While she was gone this weekend, I just did a number of extra videos things. So cleaning, I put on a time-lapse video of cleaning. We got some steaks over there behind the camera right now coming to room temperature so we can cook those momentarily. You'll see what it's like cooking. We typically use our convection oven microwave to cook things because it's very simple and easy. But we got the cast iron skillet out. We're going to burn some steaks and saute or
Steam some veggies?
steam some veggies. Yeah, we're going to steam some veggies. That's what we're cooking tonight, and you'll get to see how we work in here and how this kitchen layout works for us and how it works for Piper too. She'll be hanging out over here on her bed, I'm sure. I've also been unplugged from shore power testing out the solar panels. Blair will give you a intro to what our solar panel is like in this video.
Yes.
So it's the Etcetera video, the things that I haven't put in anything else yet about this Airstream and any other random thing. So I'll show you what Piper's outside dog food bowl looks like, her outside bed. We have our awesome Crocs out there that we walk around the yard in. But it just keeps from tracking so much dirt and mud inside, particularly right here because we live in the lowest point on this ground, so it floods pretty frequently. And it has rained
Too much.
way too much in the last this month. Yeah. One final note. We need your help naming our Airstream. So if you go to our webpage, 13adventures.com/ what's it called?
Name our rig.
Name our rig, maybe 13, yeah.
Down below. It's something.
I'll put it on the screen here, but you can go to our website and find it anyway. There's tabs at the top about us and various other things, but the last tab was Name Our Rig. So we're looking for your input now that you've got to know us a little bit, now that you've seen the inside of our rig and understand what we're doing. We would love for your help. If you're putting it in the comments below, we're not going to see it. You got to go to our website. Those will be the only ones that will be considered. Any thoughts?
Sounds good.
Unique, fun names that have to deal with travel and silver and aluminum and Piper and Blair.
And Brad. Maybe a little bit of Brad.
All right. Happy adventures.
Happy adventures.
Steak.
Cut. Good job.
I wanna drive through the night 'cause I feel like going somewhere, yeah. I don't need a reason, I don't need permission 'cause I don't care, yeah. So if you wanna take a ride, take my
Today we're about to test out Piper's new seatbelt. So this is her electronic leash, if you will. She minds very well with the leash on, but we're gonna go take a ride to the grocery store, pick up a few things, and I want to test out her new seatbelt harness here, see how it works and how she might like it or not. And this clicks right into the seatbelt loop, and then she's got some cord, so let's see how it works. So this seat cover has some Velcro strips in here to access the seatbelt. Little one here. So we'll hook that in, hook it in tight, and close the panel around it. So now she has a seatbelt that can move around. See how that works. So it seemed to work out pretty well. She's only got her leg caught twice. Not a big deal. Come. Come. Let's go. Come. Piper, come.
No better day to talk about solar power than on a completely clear, sunny day. Our Airstream is equipped with 2 AGM batteries, which are rated at 80 amps, an amp capacity per hour. The model that we chose had 2 90-watt solar panels already installed from the factory, and then we opted to add an additional 90-watt panel on top. So we have, I believe there's 2 in the front and 1 in the back, but we'll do a flyover just to make sure. So we also have a 1000 watt inverter, gives us power to a few outlets, the TVs and the DVD player. The model that we have has a Victron MPPT. I'm going to read this off so I don't mess it up. A maximum power point tracking charge controller. So this tells us how many amp watts and solar panels are providing to the batteries, and then stops providing power when those are full. It also has a progressive dynamics inverter controller, which tells us how much power the unit is drawing from the batteries and the current status of the batteries charge itself. It also has a protective measure in place that everything will shut down when we're getting low on that battery power itself. The things that run off of battery that we could utilize: LED lights, fan for our furnace, the lights on the stove, inverter circuit marked outlets, both of our TVs, DVD player, stereo. I believe that might be it. We'll see.
I'm going to do a little review on the books that come with this Airstream. The Airstream manual itself is a much higher quality product than I have received in any other RV that I've owned. And again, this is our 4th, and I've seen the gamut. First thing they hook you up with is this really shiny, cool Airstream keychain, I guess. So it's pretty legit. It's shiny. And then you get this really nice book bag here, embroidered with the Airstream logo. Inside the bag, we have a number of different things. Piper is chewing on a bone right now, if you hear that over there on the side. I have been sitting here for an hour doing all sorts of things, and there's been no noise coming from this side of the room. And suddenly, as soon as I hit record, it's bone chewing time. Just pretend you're hanging out with Piper. She's an awesome dog, and you can know what it's like to live with her full time. So you get these nice binder protectors or book protectors. I'm not really sure what they're called, but it's an upgrade. Then there's a travel trailer pre-delivery inspection form. So they go through this. I talked to the technician at length about what all they did pre-inspection. And it's a pretty cool checklist of items. Nothing is checked off on here because I got a clean copy of it. But I tell you, if you've never owned an RV before and you are new to the process, using one of these is great. So you start here and say breakaway switch. What is the breakaway switch? How does it operate? How do you turn it on? How do you turn it off? If you just go down the checklist here and you were to ask questions and have them demonstrate and show you all of these things and how they all work, I think you would have a very thorough tour of what the Airstream is and what this trailer consists of. Once we decided to purchase this particular model, I went on to the website of Airstream and I downloaded the PDF version of this model. Now, because you had to wait for some time, and typically I see so many comments out there right now of people having to wait before they are allowed to pick up their Airstream, or they bought it and they're waiting for it to be manufactured, or there's some time gap between deciding on getting and receiving the product. Download the PDF version of your manual. And if you're familiar with RVs, start reading through it. If you're unfamiliar with RVs, start reading through it, because it gives you a complete breakdown of this rig. What I did was I went through and I highlighted very specific paragraphs or things that were different than any other RV I'd owned before, or things that were unique to this trailer that I wanted to ask expanding questions on. And I was able to just keep some notes along the way. So when it became time, and again, there was a 3 or 4 week gap there between the time we said yes to the time we were able to pick it up, I was able to go back through my notes. I discussed them with Blair, and we both come up with our own set of questions that we were going to ask on delivery day. Then there's different floor plans, and then there's the length and height, because on my dash I like to keep a little note of exactly how long the trailer is, exactly how long the trailer and the truck are, exactly how much they weigh empty, exactly how much they weigh full, how tall everything is. All those numbers are of interest to me, because there is nothing scarier than flying down the highway at 65 miles an hour and you see danger, low clearance ahead, 10 feet 9 inches, and you think, geez, how tall is this trailer? Or how tall is my truck? Or you go over a small bridge and you think, how much weight can this bridge hold? And it says, you know, X number of tons maximum limit per axle, and what does all that mean? So this manual helps you answer those questions. It explains most anything you could want to know. I'm very interested in maintenance. In a former life, I used to work on aircraft, and the maintenance schedule on the aircraft was thoroughly important and very succinctly followed, because that's what keeps planes in the air. There's nothing worse than having a catastrophic failure at 10,000 feet and things start falling out of the sky. That's never a fun activity. Maintenance to me is very important. Maintenance on my vehicle, maintenance on my trailer, maintenance on my house, maintenance on my body. All those things are very important to me, so I follow the maintenance schedule that is outlined by the manufacturer on all things that I have. And this is a specific one to the International model, and it covers all floor plans of the International model. I'm very impressed with the Airstream Manual. The rest of the books in here are specific and very similar to any RV you may ever own. Convection oven, microwave, fantastic fan, refrigerator, fire extinguisher, the water heater, the on-demand water heater, water pump, camera, solar charging controller, the TV, the fire detector, propane system, tires and wheels, stove, thermostat, inverter.
Okay, I found this on the web.
I'm not talking to you, Siri. Power distribution, DVD player. Another thing about Airstream that I liked was this little, the newbie's guide to Airstreaming. I think this is pretty great. I'm very impressed. So the folks who wrote this book, his name is Rich Luhr. I may be not pronouncing that correctly, L-U-H-R, but author of the Airstream Life magazine since 2004. So thanks, Rich, for all the things you have got going on here. Very wonderful book. This hitch, particular hitch that I have for this model, is a weight distribution hitch. It handles pretty well. I've had it for a number of years. Matter of fact, this one that I had for an old trailer just like this, and I found this particular model from a local guy here who was getting rid of a hitch, so I bought it pretty cheap. I didn't go the buying a new route. So if you trust that and you know what you're looking at, it's something you can do instead of buying a brand new hitch. I saved myself $700 by buying it from someone else who was getting rid of it. So it's pretty handy. The weight distribution bars slide easily into here, and they go into some frame rail hook ends. The way Ford designed these holes, putting the chains on here is quite difficult. So it's much easier to put it onto this thing than it is into those holes. It makes it much easier to get on and off. So that's why I use those. But this weight distribution hitch is pretty handy. It's rated for 10,000 pounds. Maximum weight on this trailer is only 8,000 some change. So it's pretty great. How much does my trailer weigh? That varies depending on what you're carrying and if you have full tanks or not. So I encourage all RV owners to fill up every tank until they're full. Weigh your truck with a full gas tank, 3 full tanks, or 6 full tanks, how many ever tanks you have. You and your passenger that you typically travel with, and all your things that you travel with inside the truck or RV or tow vehicle, TV, and your type of trailer, and full propane tanks. Then you go to the cat scales or to some type of truck scales and you weigh everything. That is what you know that your maximum trailer weight is. And those things are pretty scientific, and you can get how much weight is on each axle. That's also pretty great because that helps you determine how much weight is in the bed of your truck or how much weight is on the back axle of your car. And you know, that all adds into the wear and tear, the tires and air pressure and all the things. So all those things are very interesting to me and things you should know. So this morning, while conducting an operational check of everything in the Airstream, which I do on a weekly basis, I went to put out the ZipDee awning, and it gets out about a foot and stops, and then starts going the wrong way. So I immediately come in, I shut off the power to it, and then I try to move it and it's stuck. It seems like something's stuck in the middle. Then I recall it is about 25 degrees out right now, and it's rained considerably this week, so I had to back my truck up and stand on the bed of my truck to kind of pull apart where the ice had frozen the awning together, and I blew a fuse. So I'm going to reinstall the fuse now and see if it works. Everything seems to be working again now. Just a reminder, don't try to open your ZipDee awning below freezing after it has rained. It's time to go inside, change into something more comfortable, and get our weekly cleaning done.
I sing to myself just because I like the sound. There were no crowds, so I need one now. I don't need one now. I wanna run through a field just to feel the wind in my hair. I wanna drive through the night 'cause I feel like going somewhere.